So my best homework assignment ever came from my teacher in college from film class, and he told us to watch a film with excellent writing and to do a paper on it. I said, okay, cool. You know, I was interested in film at the time, so I was excited. So I went to my local video store, which at that time was in Northwoods Mall, and it was Suncoast Video. I'm sure you guys remember Suncoast Video. And behind the counter was a little old lady. She looked just like Judge Judy. And she had a little bit of a southern twang, and I said, you know, here's my assignment. What should I watch? And she goes, well, Sonny, do you like Tony Scott or Patricia Arquette or Christian Slater? I said, well, I've heard of those guys, but I'm really not familiar with them. Then she said, well, what about Quentin Tarantino? Do you know who Quentin Tarantino is? I said, well, yeah, because I've seen Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. And she goes, well, I recommend you watch True Romance. I said, True Romance? She goes, yeah, it was written by Quentin Tarantino, but not directed by him. So I was instantly, enthralled to watch this film. So, long story short, I was told to watch True Romance by a Judge Judy figure behind the counter of Northwoods Mall in Suncoast Video. So, let's talk about True Romance. I can't wait. Roll the thing.
Please remove any metallic items you're carrying, keys, loose change. Holy shit!
Thank you guys very much for tuning in to my new series, Balls Rounded 90s Reviews. I definitely appreciate it, as always. Thank you very much. Today we're going to be talking about the 1993 film True Romance, directed by Tony Scott and written by Quentin Tarantino. It was Quentin Tarantino's first script he ever wrote, but did not direct. And after watching the film, you can easily see that it was written by Quentin Tarantino, without a doubt.
You know, I read a lot, especially about things, about history. I find that shit fascinating. Here's a fact, I don't know whether you know or not. Sicilians were spawned by niggers.
This film stars Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken, Sam Jackson, Michael Rappaport, and the Tony Soprano himself, James Gandolfini. Just to name a few. There were some other faces in the movie as well, but that's how many characters are in this film, and it's great. The setup is this. It's basically about a lonely, washed-up pop culture Elvis enthusiast in Detroit, Michigan, who falls in love with a call girl after one night of meeting her. And this call girl was given to him by his boss because his boss felt like he was just going through a lonely time in his life, so he needed something to pep his life up. So, enter Patricia Arquette as this call girl. Well, as the movie gets going, you'd see that this call girl has a lot of baggage, specifically cocaine. And the cocaine is tied to her pimp, Gary Oldman, who is fantastic as a sub-character.
Let's see. We're sitting down here, ready to negotiate. You've already given up your shit. I'm still a mystery to you. But I know exactly where your white ass is coming from. See, if I ask if you want some dinner, and you grab the egg roll and start to try down, I say to myself, this motherfucker, he's carrying on like he ain't got a care in the world, and who knows? Maybe he don't. Maybe this fool's such a bad motherfucker.
It's also tied to other friends like Brad Pitt and Michael Rappaport, and of course the cops, the CIA, and the FBI. So after everything's said and done, True Romance is just one big cat and mouse caper with excellent dialogue, hyper violence, Quentin Tarantino style of character choice, and just all out awesomeness. It's truly the quintessential 90s movies when you think about it. Not a whole lot of people when it first came out liked it because they didn't appreciate that style. But one of my favorite film critics of all time, Roger Ebert, God rest his soul, he liked it.
I'm going to agree with you about that picture that's coming up later in the show, but in the meantime, speaking of this picture, I found that it just had an energy level a kind of manic excitement, a colorful quality to it, and performances by Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater that were fun in their own way as an example of what they are.
And as you can see, Roger Ebert was ahead of his time, obviously, with this film review that he loved so much. Another thing about this film, it's packed with amazing performances that aren't the main character. Yes, Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater are amazing, but you have Brad Pitt, you have James Gandolfini, you have Sam Jackson, Christopher Walken. It has amazing performances all around. It has one of the best fight scenes between a man and a woman, James Gandolfini and Patricia Arquette.
Got a lot of hot kids, you know that? Wanna play? Is that what you want? You wanna play with Daddy? Come on. Come on, I'll give you one shot, because I like you. Stick it in me, baby. Come on, stick it in Daddy. Stick it in me. Go ahead. Come on. Come on. Come on.
So this scene definitely reminds me of a scene from Kill Bill Volume 2 between the California mountain snake, Elle Driver, and Kiddo. They both take place in a small confined space, a very dirty, gritty space, and they both want to kill each other, but at the same time they also have great fun dialogue while the action is happening before our eyes. So it's definitely something cool that you notice from Quentin Tarantino in True Romance, and jump forward to his film, Kill Bill Volume 2. It has one of the best Mexican standoffs in any movie, especially in the 90s, and it has to do with all the main characters, all the sub-characters, the CIA, in this little small room, classic Quentin Tarantino style. Amazing.
Fucking put him down! What?
Officer Dimes? Officer Dimes?
What?
This has nothing to do with me anymore, right? Okay. So I'm just gonna leave, and you guys just settle this by yourselves, all right?
Just shut up and stay the fuck put, Elliot.
How do you know his name? Why the fuck did he know your name?
And that doesn't even lead me to talk about the best thing in the film. And a lot of people would agree there are some great monologues in film history. But the monologue between Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper is my favorite monologue of all time. And it's a lot of people's favorite monologue. It's actually, Quentin Tarantino has said that it's his favorite piece of writing he has ever put to pen on paper. And it's actually, this film is kind of his most autobiographical of all of his films he's written, especially if you pay attention to the beginning monologue that when Clarence is talking to Patricia Arquette about wanting to fuck Elvis. Quentin Tarantino is a huge Elvis fan. You can tell from the very get-go this was his style of film. And like I said, coming back to that monologue, the monologue would have been great if it was just Tony Scott, or if it was just Dennis Hopper, if it was just QT. But it's all of them combined. The editing, the directing, the way the monologue is delivered, as you can see right here.
Now, if that's a fact, tell me, am I lying? 'Cause you're part eggplant.
No! Hey. You're a cantaloupe.
Just everything comes to life and hits you, and just the reactions to people when they see this is amazing. And what's even more cool about it is, when Quentin Tarantino writes a film, all the actors abide to the thes, the ises, the theys, the small words that a lot of people will not say in the script, but they abide to it because it's QT's writing, and he likes that style. He likes his actors to abide to everything he has written on paper. Now that comes to some of my fun facts about this film. The monologue film, at the end, the eggplant and the cantaloupe, that was ad-libbed. Quentin Tarantino loved it so much, he kept it in the film, which he typically would not do. Awesome fun fact. Another fun fact. Elvis's rights were not given to Tony Scott in the film. That's why Val Kilmer's face is never really clear in the frame. It's always cut, so his likeness is never really truly 100% given. That's why they were not sued. So Elvis rights were not allowed. And then one of the cooler things is Brad Pitt was supposed to play Clarence. He was supposed to play Christian Slater's part, but didn't want to. Instead, he wanted to play the small stoner part on the couch of this guy's friend, of this guy's house, is this friend, and he just stays there, a squatter. And what's cool about this is Quentin Tarantino allowed Brad Pitt to make this character his own. QT did not write this character. Brad Pitt wrote it himself and made it his own. And that's another cool thing about this film. Yes, a lot of the secondary characters might not be influenced in the whole theme or what the movie's about, but every little character and nuance they bring to the film builds that world, and it builds the world of True Romance. It really kind of feels like a magical place, somewhere that's really not even real, because of the world building that Quentin Tarantino and Tony Scott produce. So yeah, I could not say enough about this film. There's so many cool things about it: the monologue, the action scenes, the hyper-violence, all of the dialogue, and you can easily see Quentin Tarantino in every frame of this film. Yes, Tony Scott did a great job, but after watching this film, you're going to be like, how in the hell did Quentin Tarantino not direct this film? It felt like him through and through. But hey, props to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and give True Romance a 9.5 out of 10 balls. It's hard to get a 10 out of 10, but 9.5 is close. And yeah, this film is amazing. I loved every second of it. I can't wait to watch again, actually. And what would you guys like me to do next? I know I had a lot of votes for The Big Lebowski, Scream, Shawshank Redemption, a couple more. But I think I'm going to put up a poll. That way it's easier for you guys to vote. So I'll just go ahead and leave you guys with this tidbit right here. In Jailhouse Rock, he's everything Rockabilly wanted to be. Mean, scurly, nasty, rude. In that movie, he couldn't give a fuck about nothing except for rocking and rolling, living fast, dying young, and leaving a good-looking corpse. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging with Ball. Bye-bye.